Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to our VGC Draft League, and now we are week 9. It is now crunch time for the VGC Draft League. We are swiftly approaching the end of our league, with like 3 weeks left, I believe, for all the battles to finish up. This week, I am battling Loafus. Loafus is currently in like 4th or 5th place, and he is the coach of the Sableknights, um, with Sableye as his mascot. And Loafus has a very scary team. Let me take a quick look at the current standings. Loafus is in 5th, but oh, I'm actually in 1st. Wow, okay. I didn't realize I was in 1st. I have 5 wins, 2 losses, and I am currently 12-6 game-wise. Thanks to our match against Liliana, it put us in 1st. And we have a 3-way tie for 2nd between S. Tarkington, which we have not played yet. That'll be an interesting battle soon, who has 5 wins and 3 losses. And then we have Splat, who's tied with Splatty, who has 5 wins, 2 losses, and Kistarl, who has 5 wins, 2 losses. I have no clue why I am in 1st. I guess it's just because my win-loss and game record is better than all of them, but I'm not exactly positive about that. Um, I guess my differential is better. I don't know. Uh, that's an interesting situation. I'd have to talk to our leader about that. But I am not complaining that I am in 1st. That is for sure. And thankfully, I finally have caught up on all my uploads. So you guys had probably had that long break, but if you didn't have the long break, don't worry about it. I finally got it up and going. But with all that aside, let's jump right into Loafus's team. So Loafus's restricted pick is actually the kill leader in our whole league. His Necrozma Duskmane has 30 kills in our league. So exactly 30, and we are at 26 with Yveltal. So if there was ever a time for us to surpass this Duskmane Necrozma, we've been trying all season to do it. If there's ever time for that, now is the time. We are 4 kills behind it, and we have potential to do it. But when I look at his Necrozma Duskmane, it's really the only thing that has kills on his team. All the other things have gotten very few kills. So he has Necrozma Duskmane. If you didn't know, Necrozma Duskmane is a decent restricted pick. It doesn't get clear body or full metal body or whatever like Solgaleo does, and which kind of makes it worse in some people's minds. But it does have boosted attack. I think it is slightly slower. It's either slower or faster, so it's better in Trick Room. I don't remember which one. Um, but it has a really high attack stat, really good defenses, really annoying Pokemon just to kind of deal with all around. And I'll just give you a fair warning right now, Loafus runs a really good Trick Room team. You could tell he was thinking Trick Room from the beginning. He has a lot of Trick Room setters. He has a lot of good options in Trick Room, and you guys will see that. So, his next pick is Dusclops. Dusclops is pure Ghost type. Usually runs Eviolite is to be super bulky. Let's see. Gets things like Trick Room, Shadow Sneak, so it can proc a weakness policy on the Necrozma. He gets things like Ally Switch, which is really annoying. He has a lot of Ally Switch members. He can run. Let's see. There was something else that Dusclops does that I'm forgetting. Let me go to Showdown so I can check it. So Dusclops does things like Trick Room, Ally Switch, Shadow Sneak, Pain Split is one of them for sure. That's what I was trying to think of. Things like Trick, Will-O-Wisp just to be annoying. But mostly going to be setting up Trick Room, I believe, and he can Bulldoze to set up weakness policy and lower R speeds if you wanted to do that. But I expect him to be going for Shadow Sneaks to proc weakness policy. And then they have Milotic. Milotic is a little water snake. Milotic doesn't do too much. It doesn't get Trick Room. Has Marvel Scale, Competitive, and Cute Charm. Things to definitely look out for, but not too concerned about it. Can set up on you with Coil. Can Hydro Pump. Can Scald. Gets Ice type moves like Triple Axle, which you probably won't be using. Light Screen. Does it get Reflect? Let me check. No, it just gets Light Screen. Dragon Dance. So kind of a setup on, kind of bulky. Just kind of annoying all around. then we have Sableye, so his mascot. Now, Sableye was definitely the most threatening mon on his team. I spent many hours trying to figure out how I was going to deal with the Sableye Necrozma lead because it's very terrifying. He can run Fake Out with Sableye to set up Trick Room. He can run Ally Switch Trick Room. He can run, or Sableye doesn't get Trick Room. I'm saying Necrozma can set up Trick Room while Sableye does all these other support things. Sableye can Shadow Sneak into Necrozma and set up a weakness policy boost. Sableye can trick. He has Prankster, so he gets all these moves priority, by the way. He can Will-O-Wisp. He can Quash, and what Quash does is it makes you move last in the turn. Very scary. And I was racking my brain. I was like, oh my god, the Sableye is such a problem. How am I going to deal with this? And then I remembered that Yveltal is a dark type. I forget. Prankster does not work on dark types. So that significantly helped me a lot. Sableye is still a threat into Whimsicott, so I actually genuinely considered bringing Purloin for this matchup, but I thought that Whimsicott's fairy type moves would be really worth it, even if I were to get taunted. So I ended up bringing Whimsicott instead of Purloin. But the Sableye Prankster is very scary as support, and it's definitely something to look out for. And that's definitely what I'm expecting his most threatening lead is, and also probably his go-to lead. But we will have to see what he does in the match. I don't really want to commit to him doing Sableye in the Crossman, even though that's what I genuinely expect him to do. And then as one of his Trick Room sweepers, he has Mudsdale, really high defense, really high attack, extremely slow, really good ground type all around. Yeah, extremely slow speed, gets stamina, so if hit by attack, its defense gets boosted, which makes it really bulky. Runs things like Body Press, Heavy Slam, can run Earthquake, high horsepower, Protect, Double Edge, all kinds of things. Just to be really, really difficult. Smackdown if it wants to get rid of my flying typing. But other than that, Mudsdale is just a really powerful attacker. His other Trick Room Sweeper is Cradily, fossil Pokemon that's Grass and Rock type. Gets Storm Drain, so our Water type moves are going to be useless, hence me not bringing Swampert or Cleanser. And he's what's scary about Cradily is he can run either physical or special. Neither are really good for Cradily, but it can run Life Orb, do a little bit of extra damage. But Cradily is just really, really bulky. Usually runs like Power Herb, what's it called? Power Herb, Meteor Beam? Yeah, usually runs Power Herb, Meteor Beam to get that special attack boost and then hit a huge rock type move. So definitely something to be careful with Yveltal. That's kind of what I expect him to do with it. Sludge Wave, just annoying stuff. Can run physical, rock slides, things like that. Then he has Aerodactyl, another fossil Pokemon. Fast, physical attacking, rock type, flying type. Aerodactyl is extremely fast, but extremely frail. Can throw out rock slides super fast. I believe he gets Sword Stance, so he can set up a Sword Stance in our face if he really wanted to. Gets Rock Head, so he can do head smashes without recoil. Actually, no, he doesn't get head smash. I take back what I said. Can he do double edge? No. Okay. He do takedown, I guess, but so Rockhead probably not the best ability for him. So maybe Unnerve, so we can't eat berries. Other than that, we gotta think about dual wing beats. Can run special, but is gonna be doing no damage. So Dragon Dance sets, Rock Slide can be used to support set tailwinds and stuff. Not too concerned about Aerodactyl. He might bring it just for its good type advantage against Yveltal. And then he has Heliolisk. Heliolisk is a really fast, super hard hitting special attacker, meant for all kinds of weather conditions. Best in sun. He has Sunny Day on Sableye, so he could potentially sweep us with Heliolisk if he decides to. Solar Power for the sun, Dry Skin for the rain, and Sand Veil for the sandstorm. Definitely something to be careful of. Then he has Dragalge, another really good Trick Room Pokemon. Has a super high special attack stat. Super high special attack, super high special defense, but really slow. Can run all kinds of things. Maybe Wide Arm, Draco Meteor. Gets Hydro Pump, Outrage, Focus Blast, Gunk Shot. Sludge Wave, all kinds of scary moves like that. And then he has Mr. Mime Galar, which is another Trick Room setter for him. Another Eviolite user that he could potentially bring instead of Dusclops. Gets Screen Cleaner as an ability and can do all kinds of annoying things. He can ally switch. Can he taunt? Yes, he can taunt. Encore, Fake Out. Just really annoying stuff like that. And then we have, let's see. And then we have Urshifu. So Urshifu, Single Strike, is a dark and fighting type. So quad weak to fairy, which is why I decided to bring Whimsicott. Usually runs things like Focus Sash so it can live a hit, but with Urshifu Dark, he gets huge Wicked Blows that always crit, does 140 base damage. Close combat, gets Ice Punch, just things that really hit hard. Poison Jab, it has a lot of coverage for our team. Does it get Rock Slide? It does get Rock Slide, that's problematic. But not too fast, not too slow. 97 base speed is pretty good. And let's see. Shiinotic is his last one. Shiinotic's a very annoying, a very annoying support Pokemon, and it's Grass and Fairy type. One of the few Pokemon that gets Spore. Gets Rage Powder, I believe. It doesn't get Rage Powder, so runs Spore. It's extremely slow Pokemon. Spore, Leech Seed. It has Fairy typing, which means it gets like Moonblast and stuff. Thunder Wave, Strength Sap. Strength Sap can be a big problem for us. And yeah, that's going to be his whole team. Now, as for what I'm bringing, we're running a very interesting set with Whimsicott here today. Focus Sash, Whimsicott, Timid, with Trick Room, Taunt, Dazzling Gleam, and Helping Hand. Now, here's the thing. Both Sableye and Mr. Mime Galar have Fake Out on them. So Fake Out was a huge threat to my Whimsicott, obviously, because you can Fake Out and then get attacked, and then it's screwed. But here's the thing: is we have Helping Hand. I read some calcs. Yveltal actually cannot kill Dynamax, Necrozma, Duskmane with the Max Darkness. So I had to run Helping Hand on Whimsicott. I considered doing Weakness Policy, but I figured in the end, Helping Hand was the play to make. And there's one reason for this. If I'm correct, Fake Out has +6 priority. Let me check all this. But if my thought process is correct, Fake Out has +6 priority. Helping Hand has +5 priority. So in theory, Helping Hand is supposed to come after the Fake Out. So that means we wouldn't get our Helping Hand off. But Whimsicott has the beautiful ability of Prankster, which means that Helping Hand will get a +1. So in theory, okay, I was wrong. Actually, I was wrong. Helping Hand has +5 priority, so it is the absolute highest priority. Fake Out has +3, so we're good. We don't have to worry about that at all. I was wrong about that. Fake Out's only +3, Helping Hand's +5, so we're always going to be going first with the Helping Hand, which is good. I was a little concerned about that for a second. And then we have the Trick Room, just in case he gets the Trick Room off. I was really concerned about Tailwind. Like, what if he decides to run his fast team on me? That's pretty scary, but I think it's more scary if we let him get up the Trick Room, which he could honestly easily do by just clicking Ally Switch on his Sableye turn 1, and then clicking Trick Room with Necrozma, and then boom, he has Trick Room up, then he can just beat us like that. So I consider that, I think that was much more scary than his Tailwind team. So I decided to bring Trick Room instead of Tailwind here. Taunt to stop the Trick Room coming from the Dusclops, from the Necrozma, to stop it coming from Mr. Mime. That's just another way to stop Trick Room. And then we have Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is to break sashes on the Sableye, break sashes on the Urshifu, maybe knock out the Urshifu in one shot, just to break sashes all around. And then Helping Hand, as I said, just to get that little bit extra damage on the Necrozma. Okay, so now we have Yveltal. Yveltal running Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, Heat Wave, Protect. You guys have seen this a million times. Max Special Attack. We're actually running Bulky here. We're going Max HP instead of Speed. Mostly because I feel like bulkier Yveltal is better here. And also, +2 Necrozma Duskmane, if he can get off his Weakness Policy, leaves us on a, on like a damage roll of about 15% with a max rockfall, which would be Stone Edge, which is the most damage he can do to us. So we'll always be living whatever he goes for, which was the goal there. Let's see, who are we at now? Okay, now we have Tapu Koko. And Tapu Koko, I'm running a set I have not run before. I just realized my camera is a little lower than it's supposed to be. Sorry about that, guys. We're running Electric Seed. So this Electric Seed's going to pop as soon as he goes in. We're running Max Attack, Max Speed, so physical. And we're running Reflect Light Screen, Acrobatics, and Wild Charge. So Reflecting Light Screen, kind of a more bulky Tapu Koko. Just to set up the screens in case we ever need him to come in, set up screens, or something like that. And he can be just like, just kind of that screen rotation. And he gets Acrobatics, so he can do huge damage with Flying type move, because he won't have his Electric Seed anymore. And then Wild Charge, just to hit really hard with an Electric type move. So I found that pretty interesting. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know if we're even going to use Tapu Koko, but I feel like this is a pretty interesting set. We have Puddle. Puddle is the transform. Puddle is in case things go wrong and we need to copy his Necrozma, or we need to copy his, or we bait him into proccing his weakness policy on his Necrozma, and or just in case anything else goes wrong, maybe to copy the Aerodactyl, maybe to copy a Tailwind, something like that. Then we have Crocodile. So Crocodile this time running Assault Vest, Intimidate, Max Attack, Max Speed, which is the first time I've ran offensive Crocodile this league. And we're running Dark Side, Coast Combat, Rock Slide, High Horsepower. That hits pretty much everything on his team super effectively except Shiinotic. So if we run a Shiinotic, it could be problematic. And Adamant. Then we have Cinderace. Cinderace is running Adamant, Max Attack, Max Speed, Expert Belt as always, Sucker Punch, Powerball, Protect, and High Jump Kick. Cinderace, as always, just a really good cleanup mon. Comes in, picks up the last few kills in the game, and usually wins it for us. And yeah, that's the team we decided to run here. Going into this battle, there's a few things I'm concerned about. One would be Sableye. Sableye is definitely the biggest threat to our team as a support mon, but I feel like we've figured out a lot of ways to get around it. Mudsdale is very threatening to us. Basically, our only counter to Mudsdale is Yveltal and maybe Crocodile, but Yveltal can still hit us super effectively. Cinderace may be able to clean it up, but can't really rely on that too much. And then we have Aerodactyl is definitely a threat if it comes in and sets up Tailwind. If he chooses to do his fast lead with maybe Aerodactyl and Necrozma in the front, could be problematic. But I think we'll end up being okay with that because we can. At that point, if he sets up Tailwind, it might be smarter to like set up a Trick Room for our team, so that way we're outspeeding them. That might be pretty big brain, but I don't think we'll get in that situation. Milotic could be pretty threatening, but we have some good counters to that. And the Urshifu, definitely a big threat, but our Fairy types will help us out there in pressuring the Urshifu away. So yeah, I'm going to battle him here in a couple hours, maybe sooner, and you guys will see this, the battle, the day after this video goes up. So it's going to be a close one. I have done a lot of planning for this battle, and I'm super excited. Definitely need to pick up this win, and hopefully I will. So I will see you guys in the battle. Peace.